Welcome students. In the last video lesson we have seen up to the purification of water and supply in big cities. Okay, so we have been seen that how water is purified and supplied to different houses in the cities. In today's lesson, video lesson, we will continue from page number 84, solute, solvent and solution. Solute, solvent, gives a solution. Okay, so what is solute? Solute means the substance which get dissolved in any solvent. Okay, so the substance usually that is it may be solid, it may be in liquid, and it may be in gaseous. Any three it can be. It can be solute, it can be solid state like sugar, salt, then it can be liquid, milk, alcohol, and then gaseous state is oxygen, carbon dioxide, hydrogen. It can be anything. But solvent, generally what we see, they are liquid. Solids are always in liquid state. Okay, sorry, solutes are or solvents are generally in liquid state. Okay, so when this solute and solvent mix together, we get a solution, and these solutions are always homogeneous in state. They are homogeneous in state. Okay, it is called solution. For example, if you take sugar plus water, it gives sugar solution. Okay, example. So sugar solution, in sugar solution you cannot see the sugar molecule separately. So sugar solution is a homogeneous mixture here. Okay, so it is we call it a solution. Next is this water, alcohol, acetone, carbon tetrachloride are few common solvents. So many examples you can see in solvent state are water, alcohol, acetone, carbon tetrachloride, which is given in your book. And since water is capable of dissolving so many things that are present on this earth crust, so water is called a universal solvent. Water is also called as universal solvent because it can dissolve lots of things, so many things that no other thing can do that. So water is called universal solvent. Okay students, next is type of solution. Next point is our types of solution. These types of solution can be divided into three groups or three types on the basis of their solubility of a substance in a solvent. First one is called unsaturated solution. What is unsaturated solution? Unsaturated solution means a solution in which more and more solute can be dissolved at a specific temperature. Means if you take a glass of water, put 1 teaspoon of sugar, dissolve it. After again you put another teaspoon of sugar, again it will get dissolved. This way one by one up till this water solvent can dissolve more and more solute in it and forms a solution, then at a particular temperature, specific temperature, we call it a unsaturated solution. Okay? After that unsaturated solution, what we will see? Saturated solution. What is saturated solution? So one by one, when you dissolve sugar, teaspoon of sugar in the water, it get dissolved. But one time it will come after adding 3, 4, 5, 6 or 7 teaspoon of sugar in the glass of water. Once you will see that the last teaspoon of sugar is not getting dissolved in water. In that position, when no more solute get dissolved in a solvent at a specific temperature, we call it a saturated solution. Okay? Means when no more solute get dissolved in a solvent at a particular temperature, we call it a saturated solution. After saturated solution, the third is supersaturated solution. Supersaturated solution. What is supersaturated solution? It is the next stage of saturated solution. It is a solution that condition more solute than could be dissolved at a particular temperature or specific temperature. Means a solution that contains more solute than it could contain. Means a glass of water, if it can dissolve 5 teaspoons of sugar, suppose. Now, if it can, if it has dissolved already 6 or 7 teaspoons of sugar instead of 5, that means it had dissolved more than its capability. Then it is called a supersaturated solution. Okay. So these are the three types of solution: unsaturated, saturated, and supersaturated solution. Now, next point is solubility. I must rub the board. Next point is solubility. Very important point. Solubility. Solubility means what? It is a property of a particular solvent in which different types of solute have different types of it can dissolve in different ways in a solvent. It's called solubility. Suppose if you take water, the solubility of sugar in water is a one way. Solubility of salt in water is another way. In the same way, so many solutes have different rate of solubility in water. Similarly, if you don't take water, instead of water you take some another solvent. Same way, that solvent different have solutes have different way of dissolving capability in that. So this is called solubility. This point is called the property of a particular solute to dissolve in a particular solvent, and the measure of the amount of solute that dissolve in a given quantity of solvent at a given temperature to form a saturated solution. Okay, so you can make, when a substance get dissolved in a solvent, then you can make the saturated solution also at particular temperature. Okay, but the solubility of a solute in a solvent you can change. Change means if it is solubility is slow, you can make it fast. So in how many ways we can increase the solubility of a substance in a solvent? That is called factors that affect the formation of solution. Now we will see factors that affects the formation of solution. What factors? What we see here? There are three factors. First one is stirring. Stirring means to stir the solution with the help of some spoon or stirrer. What we will see, the dissolution of solute in the solvent will increase. Suppose if when your mother make a milk or some lemonades, what she do? When she put sugar, salt in water, she used to take a spoon and stir it. Why did she do this? Because when she will stir, the dissolution of this solute will increase and solution will become more faster. Okay, so in this way we can see stirring can increase the dissolution. Okay, so formation of solution can be increased by stirring. Okay. Next point is temperature. Temperature means if you increase the temperature of a solution or a solvent, increase in temperature will increase in temperature, then increase in temperature makes the formation of solution at more faster rate. Okay, so if you increase the temperature of solvent, it makes the formation of solution at more faster rate. So increase in temperature, faster will be the formation of solution. Next is size of particles. Size of particles means smaller the size, of particle, then dissolution will be faster. Okay, if the size of particle is very small, then dissolution will be more faster. Okay. Suppose if you take powder sugar or sugar crystals, which one will get dissolved in water at faster rate? Definitely powder sugar will get dissolved in water at more faster, because the size of the sugar particle is very smaller than the size of the sugar crystal. So in this way we see that these are the three factors: stirring, temperature, and size of particle will increase the formation of solution at faster rate. Okay. So these are the points that we have seen in this video lesson. So go through the chapter. You can do these small activities at your home. It will make you more clear under the guidance of your parents. And these points that I have discussed today will become more clear to all of you. Thank you, students, for watching this video. See you again in the next video lesson and online class. Thank you very much.